Hello all, my name is Piotr and I build RU guitars. Right, so this week I'm still working on cutting those inlays out, and maybe if I have time I will do some filling with epoxy. I had to get another color for the resin. This is India Ink Super Black. This should be a very, very black and very thick pigment. And I got it because the one that I had previously turns out it's a pearl pigment, which basically is glitter. So yeah, it's not good for this build. I'll get back to cutting them, then as I said, I will enlarge them in all directions by 1/2 mil. Yeah, let's carry on. Okay, so I need to mark it all again for the new dimensions, and I'll see if the idea even works. I've got my ruler with the masking tape, and it's 2.5, yeah, 1, 2, 2.5. Let's see, 2.5. That is 2.5. Okay, that's 2.5. Let's mark it on the appropriate thread marks and see what it looks like and if it's even doable. Okay. Okay, maybe you can see it. It's a clear mark. It looks quite different than the original, right? I don't think it will be difficult to do. I'm going to be cutting, marking with a scalpel, and I think I'll be cutting straight away. Let's see what happens. Okay, so that's the first side cut. This one here, and it looks great. I really like how sharp the top line is, and then by using wide chisel and a hammer I could go down straight. Yeah, let's do the rest. Also, I'm using a dead blow hammer. It's got metal balls inside, so what this does is it doesn't bounce off when I hit it. This also helps push the chisel in nicely without it bouncing. Huh. Right. Okay, I'm going to do this side on all of them, and then I will take care of this one, because I completely forgot about it again. This is already too narrow for the 12mm chisel, so I'm going to go with a 6mm. It's slightly more difficult to keep straight line because it's shorter. But it cuts very nicely as well. Oh, okay. Okay, now the 3mm chisel. Okay, so that's this side done. 1/2 is not much material to take. Yes, this one. I'm very happy with the result. This is looking great. Now all the rest of it now. So I guess in this one I have 2 lines to cut to. This one, which was already marked and was correct from the get-go, and this new line now. Fun! Okay, I have been working on this for far too long now, and I have cut them all. There's one that I'm not happy with. I'll show you exactly what I mean, but the rest I'm pretty happy. It's a precision work and it's a hand work, so yeah. The fretboard lost quite a bit of weight, which is very interesting. It will gain it back with the resin, of course, but but it's much lighter than it was. Let me show you exactly which marker I'm not happy with. This is what they look like now. They are enlarged by 0.5 millimeter. So, hang on, I think it's this one that I'm not happy with. Do you see how this is not really straight? Well, I hope you can see it. It's not perfectly straight and it's driving me nuts. I can't just keep straightening it because this is already less than 3.5 mil. So I'm going to leave it as is before I actually break it. Right, so what I need to do now is to mix some epoxy and try it on this piece of wood. I don't have a cavity, but what I'm interested in is whether this wood is going to soak resin at all. It does soak the super glue, maybe you can see it here, but when sanded it actually goes away, so this is very nice. But I'm worried if I put resin in those markers, if it's going to seep through on the end grain. I'm going to put some resin on the end grain and on the front here to see how it behaves. And also I'm going to pop it on some paper probably to see what the color is when it's dry. I'm going to aim for really black. It's a 2-part resin which needs to be mixed 50-50. And I'm going to measure it precisely with my kitchen scales. I have paper cups to mix it in, and wooden spoons to mix it with, and of course the super black India ink. Right, let's see, this is 0. It is not recommended to exceed 5% of the volume being the pigment, whatever it is. I've got the paper, I have the ingredients, gloves are a must-have, otherwise I'm going to be covered in epoxy or in the ink. So this is part A. So I'm pouring, let's say 12 gram of part A. 50-50 means 12 gram of part B as well. It's going to be 24. And oops, okay, that'll be 24. Now I need to mix this, so best way to do that, apparently I'm new to all of it, the best way to do that is to mix the epoxy, both parts first, before adding the pigment, because if you add the pigment with everything and mix everything together, this may affect the drying time, so it may not kickstart the the reaction, the drying reaction or bonding or whatever the epoxy is doing. So I'm going to mix that very well first, and because it's got like 4-hour time, 4-hour drying time, I will have time to add the ink to it. Okay, so this is mixed. Let's see what that ink looks like. I expect it to be very messy. Okay, looks like ink. So since I had 24 gram of everything and 5% is the maximum, I'm not going to put more than 1.2 gram of it, I think. So I'm going to use this wooden spoon. Actually, I should have used the spoon side, but still, let's see. Okay, I have seen people put 5 drops of this stuff into the whole lot, and this is not even 1 gram. Okay, let's do that. This seems like quite a lot. Oh wow, yeah, this is really dark. Let's keep that on the side. Obviously, to do the inlays, I am going to tape the fretboard up where I don't want any resin to be. So I'm going to tape up right to the lines and then fill them up. But just to test it, I want to see what the end grain. You know what? I'm not worried about the wood at all because it's closed grained, and I don't think it will seep through the grain at all. I'm going to leave it on the end grain. You can see later on if it seeps through the grain at all. I would be really surprised if it did. But the rest I will just plop here on the paper so we can see how it dries. This is messy and smelly. Okay, it is really black at the moment, but obviously it's just freshly mixed, so it's all wet. I wonder if it will be just as black when it's dried. And well, it would be best to pop those bubbles somehow. I haven't got the blowtorch. I may need to get one. Yeah, I'll leave it for now. I'll come back in a few hours to see what it looks like, and if it's sandable, and if it seeps through the grain. Right, so it's a few hours later. Actually, it's the next day. So this should be really hard, and it is. Wow, this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. Yeah, it's very hard. I like it very much. Nothing seeped through the grain. Nothing like that. Beautiful. Yeah, no, this is perfect. The only issue I have with it is there are billions of bubbles. I'll show you on the close-up what I mean, but I've got the blowtorch now to get rid of those when pouring it. So I'll do another test. I will use a bit less ink this time, Although this is very stable, very hard, so I don't know. I'll see what it looks like when I mix it, but I'm pretty sure that I can use just a few drops of ink and it will be just as black. But what I want to try is pouring it into something and seeing if I can get rid of all the bubbles. As you can see, there are many bubbles in the surface. This obviously is not good. I'll sand it down just a bit with a sanding beam to see what's underneath the first layer, to see if there are bubbles under the surface, because that would be suboptimal, but we'll see. Okay, this is very hard to sand, which is good. That means that it's really hard. But let's see how it behaves with the with the finer sandpaper. Let's try some 400. Sanding block. Tiny sanding block. Okay, 600. If I have some, I do. Okay, so there are bubbles under the top surface, unfortunately. I'm tempted to just keep going with the grits to see how much I can polish it up. Maybe that's a good idea. Okay, I like what I see, very much so. It polishes really nicely. Mind you, I haven't really done this properly, so it's not going to be like mirror finish, but the way it cleans up, this has a potential to be really good. Wow. Okay, I'm convinced this is going to work just fine. The only problem I have is the bubbles. So what I will try to do now is to do another pour into this. It's a plastic cover of some batteries or something, and I will pour it in for the thickness of roughly whatever the inlays are, and I think I use little syringe to apply the ink a bit more precisely. I will measure how many drops I put in, and then at least I'll know. Right, so what I'll do with this is pour the same amount of part A and part B, and I think I'm gonna go slightly more than I did last time. Okay, so this is 0. Let's do 20, if I can measure it. 18, 19, 20, there you go. So that's part A. Part B, oh, 19, 20, okay, that's fine. It's not rocket surgery, it doesn't have to be so precise. Okay, I'm happy with that. I need to mix it first, of course. Thanks for reminding me. So, if I mix it first, the curing reaction will start, and then I can mix in the pigment. Apparently, if I mixed the pigment with both parts being separate, it may not cure properly. Okay, so this is still 37, 38. I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'll see what it looks like mixed. I mean, it could be darker. Yeah, no, this is not enough. So this is roughly what it looks like. This is not going to be opaque enough. Another 5 drops. We're still at 38 gram though, so that 5 drops is just nothing. Yeah, still not opaque enough. Okay, let's keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that's 20 drops. I think I'm gonna go 40 drops, so it's even 14, 40. Let's do that. I mean, that color on the first batch was just perfect. I have no idea how much color that was. And this is what it looks like. I mean, yeah, this is fantastic. Okay, that's the container. White sheet of paper, and I've got the blowtorch to get rid of those bubbles. Let's see how this will work. Okay. So yeah, it definitely gets rid of those bubbles, but they keep coming up. So I guess that's good, because I can keep popping them until they stop. And then in theory, we shouldn't have any bubbles. Oops. I'm going to put the rest of the mix here on the paper, just to see. Really dark. Yeah, I think this is going to take a while to pop all the bubbles that are coming up until this is done. This already seems to have fewer bubbles coming up, so maybe it's not that bad. Okay, so half an hour later, this surface is perfect. This one has some bubbles, so I'm going to pop them quickly. Oh, that was quite a lot actually. Let's see this one. Yeah, some of them you can't really see until you pop them, so I guess they would come out with the first sanding, right? Yeah, that was quite a lot. So I guess it's going to be a whole day project when I pour the resin. I'm going to have to keep an eye on the surface and pop the bubbles every now and then. Right, I'm going to leave it and see what comes out of it next time. Lovely. So this is curing. I think I'll do for this week. I'm very happy with the fretboard, well, with the cavities. Next step will be to just pour some epoxy into them but I really want to know how to do it properly. So I'll be doing this for some time, and I'll see if that prevents the bubbles, like totally, because what I would like to avoid is sanding the resin when it's in the fretboard, and then coming across these bubbles, dry bubbles inside the resin. That would be really bad, so I really would like to avoid that. Another method, if this doesn't work, if popping bubbles doesn't work and they're still there, another method would be to pour very thin layers of resin into markers so that the bubbles physically can't be there. I'm not sure what it says here actually about the thickness. Yeah. See? Read the label. You need to stir it slowly, clockwise, for 4 minutes, and then leave it to sit for 2 to de-air. I haven't done any of that. Okay, so maybe I need to do some more tests. Yeah, I'll be doing this. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you for staying with me. And maybe next week I'll have something more interesting for you. Thank you. See you around. Love you, bye.